Why, hello everybody. My name is Tsu-Kun, and today we're going to play more Katawa Shoujo. We are continuing from where we left off, which is lunch evolution theory. Why, that was a quick cutoff. Anyways, I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. Don't have a problem with that now, though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decide to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try. I don't have an answer for them if they do. So, this situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. Teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal part cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have it now. There is no escape." Hee-chan, it looks like we're together again. Yay! Yay! Misha leans sideways while Shizune puts her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now, unless if I were to jump through the window. Just can't resist the faces, can you, May? Well, I object. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. I don't know. Dot. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Dot. Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Hee-chan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? I'm so happy you two were able to have a laugh at my expense. Even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune slaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only 2 problems. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seemed a bit much considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is, and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around to the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. Looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Huh? Who, Hee-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's so alone? I was thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? Shi-chan wouldn't get along with her. Why? Doste da yo. Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has that lilting up and down quality present in everything she says. Just because, Hee-chan? By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation. It makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying the whole time. Dutch, with a mad face. What, Shi-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not going to say that. You said it anyways. I know, Hi-chan. It's fine if you're over here. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her I wouldn't be able to understand a thing Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time, so that there is never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Dot. Anyway, we should start on the problems now, Hi-chan. Finished with time span, I decided to ask if there was any alternative to the cafeterias, frankly. The food so far has been subpar. This since Shizune and Misha are arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants all the way downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. What about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. Look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The ones with actual box lunches mixed in, and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels like I'm the only one who can see her. Almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom rear door. I can't think of it. She hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. Guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Go talk with Hanako. Read by book. Wait for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision. Oh, I'm just gonna go talk to her. Why not? I still feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I better say something. Hi there, Hanako. Hisao? Well, at least he remembers her name. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here and I thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up at me, I notice her scarring once more. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but so noticeable close up. That's okay. It was my fault. Nah, that wasn't anybody's fault. It just kind of happens, you know? So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you look at the door before. Yes, Lily. Oh, you mean Lily, the blind girl. Hanako only nods in response, and I can't help but wonder if defining people through their disabilities as a fox pass of the worst kinds or just normal here. I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends? Yes. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom? Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Shizune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly this is something she doesn't want to talk about. It does make a strange sort of sense, Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. Communicating between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, when you can see whose hands are talking. Yeah, especially when they're both perfect foils against each other. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I am the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Lily! Oh boy. Hanako, good morning. Is this the presidency? Is the president here?
Yes!
Hanako glances over her shoulders at Chizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them enough, though that's impossible.
I suppose we'd best be off then.
Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my 3rd day here. Ugh. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. Still, it's a little funny to find out that this school has little feuds, just like my old high school. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. Hey, Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday.
Oh my, is that Hisao? I didn't realize you were here.
It seems like Lily is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me.
Sorry, Lily. I thought you realized.
No, it's alright, Hanako.
Hisao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding.
If you say so. I'm still working this place out.
Well then, I think you'll find most people here are a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you're feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions.
Sure, I'll remember that.
Lily?
Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement.
I'm sorry, Hisao, but we must be off.
Hanako really doesn't look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lily hums quietly, still smiling.
I'm sure that we can accommodate you, can't we, Hanako?
She looks at Lily, then at me, then she freezes, wide-eyed.
Sure. Well then, shall we go?
I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looked, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. So we leave all three together. Blah. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she is practically hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little, and my vision briefly goes black. Itai! Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and now has falling down on the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The form strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bones. Her pale and a very much flesh and bone tight thighs and shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. Speaking of my chest, wait, the girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up.
Oh man! Hey, are you right? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry!
She's looking really apologetic in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. I'd say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication, most of all. Don't get hit in the chest. I tried to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal.
Hey! Should I get the nurse?
The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps out of it. Oh, it's supposed to be high-pitched? Oh well. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse off than I really was, doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me. Big time, but it's nothing more than that.
You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
It's okay, I said I was fine and nothing's broken. No harm done. I think I changed the voice a bit, but oh well.
That's good. Hisao, what happened?
She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious, just winded. Yay.
Sorry about...
Oh god.
Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone here is Emi, isn't it?
The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic on metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything.
Hi, Lily. Hanako?
I guess the girls know each other.
Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't.
The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child, causing misbehaving. So cute, I find myself smiling.
I know that. I was just... I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I got to change. I gotta change it and everything.
Before any of us can say anything, Emi has already bolted away, leaving the hallway. Eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here?
There are more rules in Yanmaku than usual for running in corridors. But that really stops Emi, it seems.
She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight, composed smile.
I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off then?
Lily heads off along the hallway, and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags, as Hanako is setting out both their lunch boxes. So, is this what you mean by coming here almost every day?
Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so we end up using this room regularly.
Oh, after seeing Hanako's reaction to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why that it is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. The more time I spend with those two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met.
So, how are you faring in Yanmaku, Hisao? You seem a bit flustered before.
Apart from getting lost every now and again, and being crash-tackled outside my classroom, fine, I guess.
You look pretty hurt before. Are you really okay?
For a brief moment, I consider telling Hanako and Lily about my condition. Then, I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some strange reason, I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expression, I don't think they're buying it, but in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules about here. Don't ask. Even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's, they're still bound to a story involved. Everyone has things they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well.
Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, but moved to the dormitories where she did, if memory serves me right.
That's right, since high school.
So you've known each other since then?
Since I moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right?
Right.
Yeah, of course. Living next to someone is probably reasonable enough to befriend them, though I guess that's Lily's blindness playing a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of break. Like me, the girls pack up the lunch as efficiently as they set them out.
I guess I'd better be off. Are you going to go with Hisao, Hanako?
Hanako looks up at me, and for a second I can see that she has considered skipping class, maybe just to avoid walking in the classroom with me.
Yes.
I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking it. If looked at the wrong way, it makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take cocaine, Hanako and I filing it out before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me.
Hisao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today.
My pleasure, Lily. And with that, we part ways. Lily enters her classroom and, leaving Hanako and I to make off to our own. She still looks like she wants to run away. So, do you really want to go back to class now?
Yes.
Okay, then. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the classroom and walk in. Teacher looks at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has